Hey, Aspen Mountain peeps. Happy Wednesday to you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We've been pretty busy this morning. We've had some training going on here in the morning. We always have Wednesday morning training. Excuse me. But we're coming on. We're going to talk a little bit about what's that little tank. And I'll get to you that here shortly. If you're watching this on Facebook, watching live, type live. If you're watching this on replay, type replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Click the little notification button, and every time we come live, you'll get it. Like I said, they're within a couple hours of me posting it. If I get to the part where I have to post it to the system we've got in time. Hopefully I can get that done today. We're going to talk a little bit about what that little tank is. Now, on your water heater system, you usually have like a little tank near or on that hot water heater system. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what that is today and how it works and what it does. And we'll go into that here shortly. First of all, I want to let you know that we will be having our show, the Gold Leaf Show, this Friday. We're going to change the time from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We got a great guest coming on. She has her own preschool here in town, and we're going to just talk preschool. I love the preschool age kids. They're a lot of fun. I have a little 4-year-old. I have a 6-year-old just left preschool last year, and he was actually in her preschool. So we're going to go in, and we're going to talk to her this week. Stay tuned on that. That's 7 o'clock this Friday. We're going to do that show, and I'll get it out on the website or on the Facebook page for everybody to just be able to have that link to where they can just click on it. Hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. All right, so what's the little tank? All right, that little tank is called a thermal expansion tank. And what happens is inside your hot water heater, you have a lot of pressure. And I'm going to turn you around to kind of show you what we're talking about here. So hold on with me. So here you have a water heater. This is an electric water heater. I've got another electric right there, and then that's a natural gas one, and that's a tankless. These are all water heaters. Now, when a hot water heater is on, it's producing hot water on the inside up to 120 degrees if it's set right from the factory. What happens is you have a lot of steam and heat taking place, and if you boil a pot and you have a lid on top of your pot and it starts boiling really hard and it creates steam, you'll see that pot starts to rise. And basically what's happening is that thermal expansion is taking place. It's picking that lid up off the pot. And in the water heating system in a house, it works basically the same way. We have two devices that will protect it from going too much to where it blows that water heater apart. We have the number one device we have is a temperature and pressure valve. Now, like I said, it's a temperature and pressure valve. This is what it looks like on the inside here, folks. Let's turn it back around here. But this is what it looks like on the inside here. You basically have a thermometer rod inside there, and that basically is the temperature spot. And then on the inside, you have a spring-loaded check. And basically what that does is that senses the pressure. If that pressure gets up to over 150 psi, it's going to blow off. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us. It's going to blow off, and it's going to release that pressure out of there. Well, sometimes that pressure isn't up to 150 degrees or 150 pounds, apologize, and it needs to have expansion and it needs to go somewhere else. Now, before this was a code, it was just on a closed system. What's that mean? That means that you have a check valve that doesn't allow water to go back into the water line system of the street. In the past, it would go back on the cold side, it would expand in the main pipe, and then it would come back in and it would equalize itself out. Since we don't have to have that anymore as code, this has become the code, and this is called a thermal expansion tank. And basically, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside here, folks. Basically, you have a diaphragm, a rubber diaphragm, which is right there. And what that does is it sits at a certain level, and then we equalize the pressure based on the pressure coming into your home. So if you have 60 psi, we will set this tank to 60 psi. And what that does is it basically acts as a shock absorber. So when your water heater builds up with that thermal expansion, escapes through the cold side, you'll come into this tank, and then that diaphragm will move and fluctuate just like a shock on your car. It'll move up and it'll move down. Now, if you got too much pressure on that, then it's never going to work right. It's going to force that pressure back down into the water line. If you have too little pressure on that, it's going to blow your diaphragm way up and rip your expansion tank on. So it's really important to make sure that that's pressurized right and set at the right pressure based on your house. So that's exactly what that little tank does, is it's basically another safety device to where this big water tank doesn't blow up. and it protects you from having your water lines blow up from thermal expansion taking place. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. We get this question all the time: what's that little tank do? It is code. It's required that every time we change out a water heater, we have to put in an expansion tank. It doesn't matter what house that's in. Every house requires it now. And as a plumber, we have to know those codes so we can apply them to the work that we're doing in your home. In this sense, like I said, the thermal expansion tank is a safety device, just like the temperature and pressure valve is a safety device for that hot water system. And it doesn't matter what type of hot water system you have, whether it builds up pressure or not, like the tankless or not, it is required by code to have it on every hot water system. So whether it's a boiler, whether it's a hot water tank style or tankless, it has to be on there. It is code. So folks, that's what that little tank is. Obviously, if you have questions on it, if you don't have a tank above your water heater, you need to get one. It will help you in the long run on your appliances. If you don't have that, give us a call, 307-922-4413. We'd love to come out and help you out with that. Obviously, we'll be able to test the pressures on your existing one to make sure that it's proper and it's in pressure with the pressure of your home. If it's not, we can add that to it. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of information and hopefully you understand a little bit more what that expansion tank is. You folks have a wonderful day. We'll catch you tomorrow.